So today we're going to go over verticals, offer types, and how various offer types and verticals gel with certain traffic sources. So this is kind of the stuff that most experienced affiliate marketers know, like the back of their hand, but when you're new to the industry is not necessarily told to you straight away, and you kind of have to figure these things out. Now, these are things that people do every day. This is fine, but to get someone to do this, they have to have some sort of intent, or they have to have some goal or some want or desire in terms of something coming out of that. Someone's not going to just land on a page out of nowhere, like in pop-ups or direct navigation traffic, and fill out a 20-form field submit for something. That's just not going to happen because they're not interested in that. Now that we actually have a tracker installed, we want to understand it. So this is a great time for us to actually test tracking in general, to test concepts like using query strings and tokens and so on, to ensure that we actually know how this works and we kind of have a fundamental grip on what's going on here. I'm a big experimentalist, and I really push for testing things. So a lot of the people who are extremely successful in affiliate marketing, they tend to be the same. When they see some problem, rather than just asking other people for answers, they tend to go test things themselves and try to actually figure out the answers and the solutions to those problems themselves. So this is something you should do as well. This is kind of a mindset you should get into. But overall, there's three main strategies which I'd like to highlight, which are typically employed: conservative bidding, aggressive bidding, and staggered bids. Now, we talked a little bit about conservative and aggressive bidding when we were talking about auction theories, but you can actually use these on all traffic sources, kind of regardless of the actual theories, and more as a pragmatic, practical approach to launching campaigns on that traffic source. So let's start with conservative bidding. Basically, this means you bid low and you slowly raise your bid. Now, this is good in situations where the traffic quality doesn't necessarily drop off when you bid low, just the amount of traffic does. There's a reasonable amount spread across a number of placements, but I mean, having this run of networks situation means I was rapidly running out of runway in terms of my patience. So here, the top converting placement, actually let's go back to spent. Spent 19, made 16, so I'd probably keep this for now. I mean, I'm not looking for break-even stuff, but I made changes like removing adult relatively early on. There's going to be optimization on Airflow's end, and I haven't optimized various things, so I would leave this running. What I then did is basically went through the spend and started just ruthlessly killing off stuff that wasn't working very well. There's two obvious ways to actually do this. One, spend more money by increasing budgets of your campaigns that are working. That's pretty obvious, and you really want to do that anyway. The second thing is to roll out more campaigns. So to split test more things, to split test more angles, more banners, more approaches, split test bidding modes and the values that you use, CPM versus CPC, whitelisting, blacklisting, all of the kinds of things that enhance or work towards optimizing your actual ROI and your revenue on those traffic sources, while at the same time moving to much higher spend levels. So these are the kinds of things that you would never do at $20 a day, because you would not have enough data to actually have any chance of doing this in any sort of sensible way. The next thing I'm going to do is quickly test the offer since it's back up. Let's make sure it's working. So let's open the worldwide one, the US UK, those links we're not even using. For the worldwide one, this should, if we open it in a new incognito tab, load to the offer directly, which it does, which is good. And the US UK one should do the same thing because it has a redirect to the worldwide offer, which it does, so that's cool. So now we can jump into Funnel Flux and we can connect this along here. But what I'll probably do is actually update the ads first and just have it directly going to this. There's not much point in not doing that, right? Now, the other thing I wanted to do, which I just thought of a few moments ago, was tag people who are clicking, right? So I have a Facebook pixel for the converters, which is great because they're the most valuable to me, and I want to build conversion or custom audiences from those. But what I could also be doing is tagging everyone who clicked so that I can be building lookalikes based on clickers, because those are useful to me, and have it as a custom audience that I can use as an excluded audience in later targeting or later ad sets if I'm going to scale it, so that I can choose if I want to exclude people who have already seen, or not already seen, already clicked on the ad, right? Now the easiest way to do this is just put an actual JavaScript node right here,